Welcome back. We continue here. EFF leader Julius Malema says his party will continue to woo the South African Communist Party ahead of next year's local government elections. It comes after escalating tensions between alliance partners, the ANC and the SACP, following the latter's decision to contest the upcoming elections. EFF leader Julius Malema likened US President Donald Trump to a modern-day Adolf Hitler and also urged a general boycott of the 2026 G20 Leaders Summit in Miami if South Africa is barred from participating. For more on this, we're joined by political analyst Professor Mazwe Majola. Prof, good to have you on the program this evening. So Julius Malema says the EFF is ideologically aligned with the SACP, but questions its ability to mobilize here. From a political strategy point of view, let's discuss this. Is this genuine engagement or a calculated move by the EFF as positions begin ahead of the 2026 local government elections?
Yes, good evening, Nhlanhla. Well, they are aligned in terms of ideology because remember they are both coming from the left. They're leftist in terms of their ideology. So they will find each other there. But also what they have in common is their opposition to the GNU, especially to the ANC coalition with DA and EF, or rather with Freedom Front Plus. Remember that that's exactly the crux of the matter that made SACP take such a drastic decision when they felt that ANC did not listen to it. But in terms of leverage, in terms of benefit, I doubt if there will be any, especially when it comes to elections, because remember that election is about numbers. What do you have in your hand? What are you bringing on top of the table in terms of your visibility, your popularity, your numbers? Otherwise, you can have a name there. People may know the name, but do you have structures? Do you have people that can mobilize for you on the ground? What are you going to get? So in terms of that, I wonder if EFF would really like to align with an organization like that. I think they will just engage informally, but I don't think they will take any formal alliance or any formal agreements at this point of time. Remember, EFF did very well in 2021 local government elections. Actually, it's the only party that increased in their vote from 8% in 2016 to about 10%, 11% in 2021. Right. All other parties decreased, including ANC, which decreased from 54% in 2016 to I think 46% in 2021. DA, which was the second largest party, decreased from 26% in 2016 to I think to about 22% in 2021. So EFF, I'm sure they will be strategic here in terms of who they're aligned with so that they don't tarnish their reputation.
But how significant is the SACP's decision to contest the local government elections independently in really deepening this rift within the ANC-led alliance, especially at a time when the ANC is already battling internal fragmentation, if you will?
Well, I don't know what SACP are relying on really, and I'm looking forward to see what they will, what they will get, because it seems like they think they will get something. As I'm saying, that it's an organization that has always been in alliance with the ANC. It will be the first time for SACP to run independently. There hasn't been tested when it comes to polls in as far as their strength is concerned. It's not an organization that is visible and that is popular, that's got structures there on the ground. So I really don't know what they are relying on. Obviously, they do know. It's just that this fragmentation will hurt the alliance, but more importantly, will definitely hurt the ANC. Because remember that there's MKP, which only entered the fray last year in 2024. And also now, if SACP goes solo, it means that those one who would have, the members of SACP would have voted for ANC will not vote for ANC. So I think the big loser here will be the ANC.
Yeah, but if the SACP truly lacks mass mobilization capacity, as Malema does claim, what does the EFF then stand to gain from indeed engaging it at this stage especially? Is this about ideas? Is it about leverage or even weakening the ANC from the left?
Well, maybe, who knows, we might maybe get some new alliance, the left alliance, because obviously EFF knows that they are not in good relationship with MKP. So if SACP wants to go solo, maybe they would like to lure SACP on their side so that they can strengthen the leftist, and maybe in the future, because I don't see SACP continuing with the ANC alliance if really they go to election or if they run independently. After the elections, I don't see that that alliance continuing. So it's safe to say that this will be the beginning of the end of the tripartite alliance.
Prof, let's bring this closer to the ground. The ANC's Greater Tshwane region is also holding its crucial three-day elective conference under the theme Renew, Rebuild and Unite for consolidation of people's power. But it is unfolding amid deep factional tensions and controversy as well. How does this regional turmoil then reflect the broader national instability within the ANC?
Well, it's going to be a test because they are just fresh from the NGC, where they strengthened or repeated the unity issue within the organization, the cohesion, and now they go to this regional conference in Tshwane, and then there are these issues that are emanating there, more especially some branches or certain branches even accusing certain leaders that they used the IDs of deceased people. I mean, so that is so wrong if that is true, and I hope it's not true, because it's going to tarnish the image and the reputation of the ANC, especially coming from a very successful NGC, which was a very peaceful, very disciplined, and very matured NGC. I mean, you could see that ANC is really coming back now from that NGC, but now going back to lower structures, if there are these issues that are emanated, is not good for the organization.
Yeah. Professor Majola, one of the most contested positions is that of regional secretary, with the outgoing Secretary George Machila under a police investigation over an alleged assault, which he claims is politically motivated. What does this then say about the state of internal democracy and political contestation within the ANC at regional level?
What is important is that the ANC leadership must treat all cadres and all members with equality and consistency in whatever they do. I mean, if there's anyone who's wrong for any reason, that person must be disciplined and must be dealt with. You know, obviously, if it's just an allegation that is not proven, I think maybe it may not be preventing the individual to contest. But it's important that ANC leadership must be very, very careful in whatever is happening, whether on the ground or on the lower structures, everywhere. They must be seen to be applying transparency, consistency, fairness, and discipline to everyone so that they can restore trust, especially to the masses of this country.
Yeah. Also interesting is that the outgoing regional chairperson, Eugene Modise, he's seeking a re-election with ambitions of becoming Tshwane mayor, despite a damning report also alleging unethical conduct involving a city service provider. How damaging are these kind of controversies, especially for the ANC's credibility, particularly in key metros like Tshwane, Prof?
It's very damaging, especially the problem or the challenge with ANC, especially with the step aside rule, is that an individual must be charged first until that step aside rule takes place, or the individual must come voluntarily and resign. But there are those one who will be so legalistic and would like to defend and to fight everything that they have legally. But when it comes to ethical issues, it's very, very damaging for the organization, because people may not really look or remember the legalistic way. They will always remember the ethical way. In terms of was this person honest? Was this person fair? Was this person free of corruption? That is what people are looking for now, you know. So it's very important that the ANC impress this upon to all their members and their structures.
Yeah. The conference will also debate the ANC's multi-party coalition in Tshwane, where the mayoral position is currently held by Action SA, despite the ANC being the largest party in the city. So how do coalition frustrations at local level then intersect with the ANC's broader struggles against the EFF and also emerging left-wing challenges?
The ANC will always have a challenge as long as it does not have majority, or as long as it does not win the elections with an outright majority. It will always beg and kowtowing other parties to assist them. They must just go there and mobilize and campaign and try to win the elections with an outright majority, so that they can get out from this coalition quagmire that is always problematic and is full of tensions and problems. As to, is that possible? Will that be doable next year elections? I doubt that the ANC will get the outright majority, but they must always know that there will always be that headache whenever they are, with coalition with other with other parties.
As we wrap, Professor Majola, this Tshwane conference is also being viewed as a proxy battle between Gauteng ANC Provincial Coordinator Panyaza Lesufi as well as ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula, who is also seen as a potential successor to President Cyril Ramaphosa. How much do these leadership ambitions even complicate efforts to project unity for a party like the ANC?
ANC organization, or individuals are very ambitious. You know, I know that at the moment, especially going to NGC, they were saying that we are not going to talk about the leadership of 2027, what is going to happen, then in particular to the president, or who's going to take over from the president. However, I can tell you now, Nhlanhla, that has started already. Whether they are suppressing or not, what they need to do moving forward, it's a matter of how they are going to handle it without suppressing it. Of course, it's important that they focus on the local government election, so that they not become distracted by 2027 ANC elections or conference.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. That was political analyst Mazwe Majola helping us unpack the growing tensions between the ANC, the SACP, and the EFF now, and how internal ANC battles, including the high-stakes Tshwane Regional Conference, could indeed shape South Africa's political landscape ahead of that much-anticipated 2026 local government election. We do thank him for his insight and perspective.